Okay, we are back here. I don't know what happened. I'm so sorry for that short break in transmission. So we are back on now. So, like I said the number that we should call on in is we should call in. Okay, hello. Is anybody there? Okay. Hi. I'm sorry for the break in transmission. So we just had to continue from where we stopped. So I said we should try to call this number. I'm going to send the number right now, right away. The number is in the description. Well, thank you, Mama D and D. So, okay. The number to call is I said plus 333 50 688 60 78. That's the number we'll be calling, and that's the number we'll be calling into. So before we got this break in transmission, I was talking about forms of domestic violence. Please, if you want to call into that number. Thank you. I was talking about forms of domestic violence. So what are the forms? Domestic violence, where most persons know that domestic violence is only about on beating the wife is what they term as domestic violence. But domestic violence can actually go through physical abuse, verbal abuse, emotional abuse, suffering someone from sexual abuse, religious abuse, reproduction or reproductive abuse. So the abuse is, the abuse is much on when we talk about domestic violence. Domestic means something around you. Even child abuse can also be characterized as part of what we call domestic abuse, because abusing a child, like punishing the child not to eat because the child offends, maltreating a child or help maid, all those things are domestic abuse. So today we'll be limiting it to battering, wife battering in marriage, or let me say fiance battering, like the story I shared. Like a lady told me that the mother-in-law beats her. I don't know what could have happened to cause the mother-in-law to beat her, telling her that she doesn't have respect, not once, not twice. Leave this relationship, she says no, that she love the guy. What is your guy saying? The guy is not saying anything. He said he's her mother, he's his mother now, there's nothing he can say. I've also had one relationship, the man don't even beat the wife, but the man will not eat the food. That is emotional torture, emotional abuse. The man will not eat the wife food. The man will not welcome back, mommy queen, you are welcome. Braced by queen, my sister, you're welcome. Mommy, home of a good story, mommy queen Mabel, everyone, I welcome you all mommies. Even if you're not mommy, I dash you mommy today. Be here mommy, be here rag, I dash you mommy to everybody. You're all welcome. Thank you for tuning back. Thank you for tuning back. Thank you for tuning back. So I said the number to call into is plus 233 50 688 6078. That is the number we'll be calling into today, and I have sent it earlier. I'm going to send it again to us. So if you want to call in, that is the number we'll be tuning in to call. Okay, so I have a first caller of the day. Let us hear what my caller will be saying. I don't know if hello. Oh, good afternoon. Good afternoon, ma. I'm on live stream. I wouldn't know if you want to talk concerning what we are discussing today. Domestic violence.
Yes, I just I saw you. I've been watching you. I was in the first one before it cut, so
Okay.
I wanted to call in before that first stream cut.
Okay. Thank you very much, ma. Okay.
So you said that. Can you remind me back again, because this one I couldn't see anything.
Okay, I'm talking about domestic violence. I want to ask, have we seen anyone around us facing such problem? What is the way out? Is it the woman's fault why he's being beaten by the husband, or what can cause domestic violence at large?
Okay. This domestic violence of a thing, you can describe it in different ways.
Yes.
And I wouldn't say I haven't seen or heard or come across anything like that before. In fact, a lot of that has happened before, even to me personally that is talking to you now.
Wow.
You understand? But to my own, you can be violent by your family, by your husband,
yes,
by people around you in a different way.
Yes, ma'am.
So for me, if you are talking about the family own or the fiancé or boyfriend or husband own, then I would say yes, there are different type of violence. For example, you are in a relationship.
Okay.
And your boyfriend or your fiancé always beat you up at every slice point in anything at all, even though you are wrong or you are right. You always find a pleasure in beating you up. That is a violence. It's abusing you.
Yes.
Domestic is abusing you. So my advice to anybody in that kind of situation is for you to quit, because while being in a relationship is for you to understand more better yourself before you tie the knots, become one husband and wife.
Yes.
So if you are in a relationship and the man is beating you up like that, what will happen if you finally got married to that man? That is one thing you have to put in concentrate you. That is one thing you have to reason before going into anything courtship or anything more serious than that. That is for the boyfriend and girlfriend. Okay. When it comes to family, in family you can also be abused. You can also be domestic abuse and all that. I remember when I was growing up as a young girl, sometimes you might do things that will not please maybe your family or your parents or your brothers and all that. There are other ways to correct a child. You understand? There are many ways to correct a child. It's not by always beating up that child that will make that child to learn or make that child to be correct. You can take that child, sit that child down, talk to him, try to explain things to that child, try to make that child understand life more better. These things are good, these things are not good. Just like that, you will see how the child will gradually change from anything that is in. But you beating up that child, you are just, in fact, you're just how will I put it? Making the case worse by beating up the child, because beating up is not a corruption. I know most of we Africa, that is our way of training child. Most of we Africa, we're always doing that. Yeah, yes. Beating up the child, we think we are correcting the child. No, we are only exposing that child to a violent, situation. That child will grow up with that memory. Like me now, I remember how my elder brother used to beat me then. And today, anytime he calls me, I'll say, brother, you remember when you used to beat me then? You see, that memory is still with me, even though I'm a woman, I'm a mother, but memory, I still remember it's how my brother used to beat me. Sometimes he would just pick up a stick. You say you want to correct a child and you start beating up the child, and at the end of the day that child will not even be corrected. You understand? Because the things you need to do is to sit that child down, talk to that child, explain things to that child. This thing you are doing is not good, it's like this, is like that. Then instead you just pick up, hey, you go sit today, you go. That is where Africa's. So that is for the parents and all that. Why it come to marriage? Okay. Should I continue?
Okay, you can continue, Mike.
Why? Okay, so why it come to marriage? In marriage, some men, I don't know, they find pleasure in always beating up their wife. Whether they want to correct the wife or whether the wife is wrong or right or whatsoever, I don't know. Some men, no, not all. Some men find it they find it pleasure to always beat up their wife. I have a friend. Yeah, I have a friend. She always complained how her husband used to beat her up. Now she's divorced anyway. She's no longer with the man. But then she always complained how her husband used to beat her up in every slice, any slice opportunity like this. The husband would just beat her up. Whether she's wrong or whether she's right or whatsoever, the husband will beat her up. And I asked her one day, do you enjoy your husband beating you up every day? He said, no. I said, okay, what are you still doing? What are you still doing there? Maybe one day now we just knock you in the wrong places. Maybe we are very fragile. We are very sensitive. Some part of our area of our body is not supposed to be hit at all. You understand? So I say, what one day, God forbid, he just hit you in the wrong place and you fall down. That is the end. What will be your story? So this is how the woman, seek for divorce, and now she's free. So now she's even she speaks for women that doesn't have voice. She
the voice of the voiceless.
To encourage most ladies that is having that kind of situation. You want to, maybe your wife offend you as a man. There's other ways you can talk things over with her. Not by beating her up. Beating her up will not even do anything. It will not save the situation. It will not even correct her. You understand? But most men, they don't know that. They think by beating her up. There is a video I watched one day on social media, I think on Facebook. If you see this woman's face, you won't recognize her. It's only people that know her that will
recognize her.
You won't even, the face was scattered as if they used a stone to mash her face. Her teeth was all pulling out. I said, my God, what kind of marriage is this? And she was having a baby in her hand. When she was having a baby in her hand and the man did that to her, I said, God, that is animal. That is not how to correct a woman, even though it's your wife in the house. So this one should stand as a warning, and also we have to learn from all these things we are seeing out there. If you are in a relationship or you are in a marriage and you are experiencing this kind of abuse, it's not good. It doesn't.
Okay.
To experience and all the advice I have for viewers out there.
Okay, thank you very much, ma. We really appreciate you for calling. So
anyway, I'm still watching you.
Okay.
Welcome. I'm still watching you anyway.
No problem,
if
ma.
I have more, I will still call back.
No problem, my caller. Thank you very much, caller. God bless you. Yes. Oh, that is
welcome. Yeah, welcome.
So that is a wonderful contribution from our first caller for the day. That is a very wonderful contribution. Like I said, that domestic violence is not only about the beating part of their child abuse, sexual abuse. Even saying you've married your wife, when your wife is not ready for actual communion, let me call it communion. I believe we understand. When she's not ready, you forcing her to accept and take the communion, it's an abuse on its own. You're welcome, Pusatina. You're welcome. So it's a kind of abuse. You forcing a religion on someone is an abuse. Like, okay, I'm this, you have to be like this, you have to be like that. Different type of verbal abuse, even cursing. I've had a young guy. Then I was young. The boy said that he asked the father is always beating the mother, so that he asked the